In this video, we're going to show you how to set up your site member settings in Wix right now. So with that being said, we're just going to hop right into it. Let's go. So boom, what you want to do is just go to settings. Once you get to settings, you want to go ahead and hit that site member settings right here, right? And it's pretty straightforward. Like, you want to do the sign up and login security. Again, kind of like we did in the previous video, it goes over the login security. Like, everyone who signs up, only people who you manually approve. Everyone who signs up, ask new members to confirm their email address for everyone who signs up. We kind of covered this a little bit already, but this is a recap if you missed the first one. So just to bring it back, and if you want to watch the previous video, make sure you go to I want to say, what was it called? Let me go back and just make sure I get it right. I want to say mobile app settings. Nope, that wasn't it. I don't know where it was. It was somewhere we just subscription settings maybe. Alright, well, boom. So the site member settings, you have your sign up and login security, member privacy, member page permissions. Again, kind of like we're going to go over all of these three settings, but kind of like before, like the permissions are pretty much what they're allowed to do. The privacy settings are essentially like their privacy settings, pretty straightforward. And sign up and login security, which we covered in a previous video, but again, who can be site member? Like when they request to be a site member, who can that be? Essentially, if they request, you can make it where people you only approve. So you will receive an email address like, hey, this person requested to be a site member, and you can manually approve them. Also, it says ask new member to confirm their email address. You can have it where once they sign up to ask to be a member and they're confirmed to be or you've approved them to be a member, now they have to confirm that that's their email address, and then use the reCAPTCHA to log in. Again, you've seen before where you have the little puzzle that you have to do to log in. Essentially, to do the same exact thing. A lot of this stuff is for security purposes. So with that being said, manually approving allows you to see the email address and be like, okay, this email address is not weird. This looks like a regular email address. I'll go ahead and approve that. Then if you want to do everyone who asks new members to confirm their email address, once they do that, if they confirm their email address, you definitely know more than likely they're not a bot. They're not some type of AI automated thing that's kind of spamming your site. And then also the reCAPTCHA, like once they log in for the first time, like, and they do the reCAPTCHA, it's like, okay, you definitely, it's more than likely you're not a bot because you've done all three of these. You kind of went through the process of all three of these steps. More than likely you're not a bot. You're a real person that I can actually reach out to as a community member. So very, very important. And that's for the sign up and login and security. And that kind of ties into the security side. And then you got the member privacy, right? Who can set their profile to public? You can set it to no one or everyone. And if they set their profile to public, essentially people will be able to search on the WIX app. On the WIX app, if you have the app, the WIX app, people will be able to search them and find them. Or if they have a profile on your page, other community members can find each other. So essentially your community can be a real community. Like, hey, you can tap in and message another person in the community. Y'all can chit chat about whatever the case may be. Y'all can share notes about whatever topics that you discovered in the Digital REM community, whatever the case may be, or whatever community that you have. You can set it up where people can find each other inside of your portal or inside of your, if you want to call it quote unquote social media. So with that being said, you can set it up like that, or you can set it up where no one can find anyone. They just have their own exclusive experience inside of your app. So essentially it'll be made just for them. Just a good example is that it's like if you have some type of like like app membership to like Sam's Club or something like that. Like you have your own login, but you can't necessarily search for other people who have a profile either. That makes sense. So I think you get it, right? I think that was a good example of how that will work, right? And then you have your members page permissions. So the members page permissions, it doesn't have a members page because we don't have any pages set up yet. But essentially the members page permissions is allow you, like let's say you have a menu at the top of your website, and with 5 different things, 4 of those things everybody can access. The 5th one you have to have a membership to access or even see it. So when somebody who is not a member clicks on it, they're going to be blocked from being able to access that page. So again, essentially setting up permissions for whoever doesn't have access or does have access to be able to be granted access. If they're a member, they can go onto the page and view it just like any other page. If they're not a member, they're blocked from viewing that page. So again, on this page you can have exclusive content. You can have your lessons, you can have your course, you can have special products, you can have special lives, you can have whatever that thing is that you want to put for your members only, that can be on this page, and you can set those settings up right here. We don't have any pages set up right now, and you can do this in the building of your site, which we will do in the future, but also you can set it up right here, like what those permissions look like. Very, 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 very powerful. It's taking me all the way through to the beginning. So we're just gonna go back to settings. Let's make sure we went through all of the different ones. We did. And once you get to where you do have members of your site, you can view and manage your members right here, which we were kind of just at, right? Boom, so there it is. You got to see exactly how you do your site member settings for your actual WIX page. Now, this is super, super important, especially when you start to grow your community, grow your brand, start to get visitors, and start to get people engaging with your brand on your website. Super, super important to go ahead and get some members on there and get, grow some engagement as far as your community. So super, super important. Make sure you like this button, subscribe, all of the above, and I will see you all in the next lesson where we continue to talk about settings for WIX, your WIX website to be exact. So that being said, see you all in the next lesson. Later, y'all. Peace.